Have you guys ever heard the joke about the old man who stood still and got punched repeatedly? So there's this. My name's Carter, and last night I watched the worst boxing match I have ever seen. Now, to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of live boxing events. I am not a fighter. I've never claimed to be a fighter, but I think I have a solid understanding of what boxing is and what it's supposed to be. So I'm fairly confident that Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson live exclusively on Netflix was not it. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'll give a quick rundown. Essentially, 58-year-old boxing legend Mike Tyson and cultural disappointment Jake Paul decided to do a boxing match, and it was disappointing. The fight ended with a Jake Paul victory by judge's decision, which is just a continuation of the streak where Jake Paul goes against some old retired boxer, beats them so he can just put their name on his resume. Like, Mike Tyson came out swinging in the first couple rounds, but then after that, he just kind of stood there. Like, I'm not saying it was rigged, but I'm saying it was rigged. All week I've been saying this fight was going to be rigged. Carter, just because Mike Tyson lost does not mean it was rigged. I get it, you can't rely on the stamina of a 58-year-old man, but at least play the game. It was like his controller disconnected. Mike Tyson just didn't fight back. He just stood there. He literally just stood there. I feel like I could count on two hands the amount of times that Mike Tyson punched Jake Paul in the second half of the fight.
Nick, can I get your immediate reaction and thoughts to the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight?
First two rounds were so promising, and then Mike literally... But what was crazy is he was still dodging like a motherfucker. He forgot how to box midway through his boxing comeback.
Like, he literally just stood there. He didn't throw a punch. Jake Paul threw 3 times as many punches as Mike Tyson. Now, you might be thinking, Mike Tyson is a quality over quantity type of guy. He's not going out there trying to throw 300 punches. You know, his punches are going to hit with force. I watched the fight. They didn't. Half his punches didn't even make it to Jake's face. Jake Paul has such a reach advantage that even when Mike Tyson was aggressive at the beginning of the fight, he couldn't get close enough. Watching the fight, it was clear who the pro was and who the rookie was. Before, Iron Mike was tired. He was ducking and weaving and had his hands up guarding his head. He looked like a boxer. Even if he had that Danny DeVito build, he still looked professional. Okay, but for real, those high-waisted pants made Mike Tyson look like Mike Wazowski. Jake Paul was just walking around with his hands at his waist. I guess he didn't really need to block if Mike wasn't swinging at him. This fight was so bad, it was probably the worst fight of the whole event. The first 2 fights were back and forth, and the third one was brutal. Early in the fight, one of the fighters had her face busted open on an illegal headbutt, and then her eyebrow was hanging off for the entire fight. The only thing hanging off of Jake Paul's face was the $100 bill he's gonna blow his nose with after this. Okay, before all the fights, they did an interview with Mike Tyson, and it caught me off guard. It's pretty standard, you know, they do the whole, we're fighting now, nothing else matters. But after that, when he's actually walking away, that's when the real show starts. You probably can't see it very well because I blurred it out, but that is his butt. That is Iron Mike's iron cheeks. We were dumbfounded, completely awestruck at the unexpected appearance of the ear biter's rear. Is this just something he does before fights? Does he do this to get amped up? Listen, I need my cheeks out for at least 30 minutes, otherwise I'm not ready for the fight. I guess he's the GOAT, so I can't really question his practices. The thing is, the fight itself, the actual meat, the content of the broadcast, not the issue. Okay, well, it was an issue, but not the whole issue. Netflix itself was a problem. For some reason, Netflix is trying to branch out into live broadcasting. A little while ago, they did the roast of Tom Brady, but now they're trying to actually do big live sporting events. And Netflix's servers just cannot handle it. We watched half the fight on a YouTube live stream, watching an Instagram live stream from the stadium. We only stopped watching that one because it got taken down. My Netflix didn't stop buffering until after the fight was over. They were calling the winner while we were still watching Mike Tyson's walkout. What made me mad is how it kept popping up a graphic saying, oh, maybe check your internet connection. That could be an issue. Bro, I got 1 gig up, 1 gig down. The issue is not my internet. It is your busted servers. Once the fight was over and people started clicking out, I stopped buffering as much because, well, there were less people on the servers. If this is the way Netflix broadcasts are going to be, I'm going to have a huge problem. You see, I'm a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs, and for some reason, the NFL has decided that the Christmas Day Chiefs game should be exclusive to Netflix. I swear, if I can't watch a Chiefs game, I'm going to make a scene. I'm gonna make a scene. Netflix needs to just stay in its lane, bro. You're not a live broadcasting platform. Don't try it. So I guess really that's it. I spent my night watching a boring, rigged boxing match between the It's Everyday Bro guy and the dude that he bit that dude's ear off like 30 years ago. So I guess I'll just go back to never watching boxing. It's crazy. If you guys like this video, go ahead and check out this one. In it, I go Mythbusters mode to find out if virtual reality sports make you better at real life sports. If you don't go watch that video and subscribe to my channel, I'm gonna have to call Mike Tyson. Listen, I didn't want to be the one that had to do it, but hey, I'm gonna call him up, say, hey, bring your butt, and you're gonna kick their butt. Of course, that problem can be solved if you just go ahead and check out this video. Okay, thanks guys, bye.